This is a Big Bear Dungeons podcast, where we explore mature themes including explicit sexual content, intense violence, strong language, and some adult situations possibly triggering to some. This podcast is rated 18+, and listener discretion is advised. Please share this podcast with your friends and family, and don't forget to check out our social media profiles. Give us a like and follow to stay updated. I hope you enjoy this episode. I am Zach. I am your DM. I'm going to start off today. I usually end, but I'll start. So the fun fact about me is that I love pouring over 128 quarts of water on my friends for content. I love that. That is a highlight of my life, and it is on my resume underneath hobbies.
I'm Tyler, and I will be playing as your wizard today. A little fun fact about my character: he is a chaotic neutral, meaning like if the room's full of enemies, but also my friends are in there. Sorry, but you guys might get fireball. But it's for the good of the team. So that's that.
I'm Chancellor. I'm playing Theraway Kimbo, your friendly bard that just found his way into bardom. He used to be a priest. Fun fact about him: he has an addiction to alternative girls.
Oh, like when he was a priest, or is it just recently surfaced?
Perpetual.
When he was a priest, but he would never admit to it while he was a priest. But he knew what he liked. Tattoos, piercings, and cowboy hats.
Give us an intro.
I'm Mikael, and normally he would like to talk some shit about one of his buddies opening up about his simple pleasures, but honestly, he's going to keep a tight lip on it, because the alternative, yes, mommy, what?
Yes.
Where we left off last time was Sky ran around and was going down the hallway. He saw this man that's just in rags, dirty, sandy, blonde hair, and he was running out of a room of one of the tenants. He looks inside and sees that there is a unconscious girl laying on the floor, presumably dead. He starts chasing this man through the dungeon and eventually meets up with the other two of the party, Mikael and Theraway. Shortly, seeing him again in the common area, running into the garden. As they confront him, it is cut short by a giant mole coming out of the ground and eating the ragged man in one bite. Roll me initiative.
21.
That is going to be a 22.
And then Sky.
Or 19.
So just to set the scene a little bit for you guys, this garden is split into 4 different climates. Think summer, spring, winter, and fall. You guys are currently in the spring area, which is the southwest box of this room. So in the spring area, there's tons of cherry blossoms, there are trees, there are flowers, little squirrels running around. They're running away right now because this whole thing happened, obviously. But usually there's wildlife and it is abundant and slightly warm, but a nice cool breeze touches your cheeks. So we are starting with Theraway.
Being a man of the cloth, I have not very much interest in violence. I suppose I will go ahead and cast Bardic Inspiration. As a bonus action, a creature other than yourself within 60 feet that can hear you gains Inspiration die, 1d6 for 10 minutes. The creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. I want to give it to our barbarian. You see me walk off the stage of battle, and I walk back in rather quickly with a large war gong, and I hit the gong.
Out of nowhere, just a lighter of matches in my hand, just swaying it back and forth. I feel it. I'm inspired. Let's do this shit.
There we go.
Moving on to Mikael.
I'm running and diving, holding my javelin in to hopefully break the front teeth, to where I can just jump through his mouth and go into his stomach and then cut my way out.
Heard. Gotcha. Roll for a physical attack, so a melee attack.
Fuck, I didn't start raging before this.
You did not. You were inspired, you were not mad.
I was inspired. 22.
22 does work. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Awesome. That's a 10 damage.
Nice. So you break his 2 front teeth, which he will be wishing for when Christmas comes around, if he's still alive. And I know you do. And so as you break these 2 front teeth, they kind of shatter inwards, and your javelin goes straight through the mouth and hits into the back of his throat, right underneath his tonsils. You use that as leverage to kind of like pull him down a little bit so that you can get into his mouth. Mm-hmm. So you want to use your movement to go into the belly.
Right in there of the belly of the beast. But I'd like to keep a hand on the javelin.
Heard. Then it would probably just be a strength check. Moving on to the mole. So the mole is going to try to pull the javelin out of its throat. Contested strength check.
I'm gonna let you look at that.
Nat 20. Heard.
Nice.
As he grabs and he tries to pull, your fist doesn't move. You just take it, and it stays right implanted in his throat. He's going to look down at Sky, who's the closest one to him, and he's going to take one of his big old claws and just slash at you and try to attack. Is a 13 hit?
Yes, 13.
Heard. That is 7 points of damage. You good?
No, I'm not good. I'm at 2 HP now, bro. Fuck, wizards are weak as shit.
A big old slash across your chest. It rips through your front pecs all the way across to your other side down by your hip. And it's just a long, 3 long gashes that are just thrown across your body. He is going to jump up and fly into the hole that he made, and he's going to dig underground. That'll be its turn. So we're on to Sky.
I'm gonna ready cantrip. I'm gonna ready firebolt.
And you're holding your action? Okay, cool. Holding your action. All right, moving on to Theraway. It is your turn, my guy.
I'm going to meander over to my very injured partner and caress him gently and say, "I can help you there, bud."
Backhand on the cheek.
Yes. I touch his wound on his chest, and he goes, I just learned this from the books I read, and I'm going to cast a healing word.
Heard. What's the word? Is it bird?
Bird.
No.
I love it.
Bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
I'm
For
almost...
healing word, it's instantaneous. It is a creature of your choice that you can see within range regains 1 hit point, or hit points equal to 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
And it should be your...
3 plus 4 is going to be 7.
Oh, D&D Beyond rolls for you now just by doing cast?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it does everything. It does all my math too.
Ooh, you're back to full health, buddy.
And I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah, that's all of them. Because you got to remember, if you use any spell slots last session, it still applies this session. Yeah.
Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action. Can I use that as an action?
You can. Yeah, you can trade a bonus action for an action.
And I will give him Bardic Inspiration.
Heard. How you doing it? You just you just touched this man's tummy and healed him.
Yes, I'm caressing him. And I want to look at him and go, "You're a big boy. You're a big, big boy, and you got to get this mole. It's a bad mole."
And then you slap him on the ass and say, "Good game."
Without his consent, you freak.
Go get him, tiger.
I'm gonna shake my head.
Heard. So you get a D6 on any roll that you want to add it to. It's a one-time use. All right. Moving on to Mikael. So, there is dirt raining upon your head as bits of it come in from the mole's mouth. You can tell You can tell that it probably means he's underground. What would you like to do?
Okay, so would this be a perception or investigation when I'm trying to find something based on sound?
It'll be perception.
Perception? Okay, so since I'm inside of the mole and I'm going down towards his stomach, can I determine based on hearing and feeling where his heart is based on the boom, 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 boom?
Give me perception with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. It's an 11.
With an 11, you feel a lot of the surrounding gullet that you're in is kind of just pulsating. So you can't find out where anything in particular is, but you can kind of judge that your feet are getting incredibly warm by this point. So you're probably in the stomach, and based on your height versus its height, you're somewhere mid-throat.
I'm just going to take my great axe that's on me as I pull it off my back, try and just slice forward.
Give me a strength check to see if you can, because you got one hand up over here, the other one's down by you.
Then I let go of the javelin.
Hurt. Athletics check. With disadvantage.
Ah! Why did you say that after I rolled?
Because you grabbed it too quick.
Why did you speak too slowly? Fuck. It's gonna be a 9.
You're inside. I would say 9 hits.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you were outside, you'd have to deal with
It
a lot
doesn't
more.
just like make it straight to the heart, but I deal some damage.
Oh, you're not hitting the heart. No, you're just slicing his throat. You're giving him a bad scratchy throat.
He's got the worst acid reflux he's ever had in his life.
Pretty much. Go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. 1d12 plus 4, 8.
Heard. Solid 8 damage. As you now plummet into the stomach, you
Eventually.
and splash into the acid that is inside the stomach. Seems a little more spacious than it seemed on the outside. It seems like there's maybe 50 foot.
Hello,
Circle.
low.
You see some giant breadcrumbs that are floating, almost like buoys. You see a part of an apple that's being slowly dissolved into it. We're gonna move on to the mole. He is going to try to vomit up whatever in his stomach. I need you to give me a strength, dex, whatever you want to do to try to prevent from being thrown up, or nothing to be thrown up.
I want to get my axe at the ready. And since I already made a nice little slice on my way down, I want to try and double that using his throwing up as using me as a projectile to just
Heard. Gotcha.
all the way up and out.
So you're just sticking it in, and then the vomit's just going to push you upward.
Yeah.
Heard. I get you.
My axe. I'm gonna take some damage, but
So
you know what?
you're willingly going up the vomit column.
Yeah.
13 acidic damage. But give me an attack roll. Oh, to a nat 20, guys. Oh my god. He rolled the outside d20. And that is now mine. Roll your damage. Max damage plus your damage die. And your mod.
26.
26. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you slash up and you just get even deeper in it this time because you have more leverage. You're able to prep the attack better. And you just ram up into his throat. Reaching the top, give me a dex saving throw because you're going to hit that javelin.
Fuck, I forgot about the javelin.
When's your turn?
17.
17.
What are we doing? This man, we've had a long rest at this point.
You've had a medium rest?
Sitting there like, where's our boy at?
Believe it or not, it's the mole's turn right now, not even his.
Where's our boy at? He got swallowed up. We think the battle's over. We think the mole left.
Yeah. Well, and y'all are just like saluting to the air, just like, he was a good barbarian. He was a good man. Gong, gong, gong. I guess battle's over. Initiative's done.
We're done.
You said like 17 or something like that for the dex saving throw?
Yes.
Cool. You successfully grab onto the javelin as you're being thrown out, and you and the javelin and battle axe go flying out with the vomit. You don't see anyone else around you, but you're laying in the middle of a tunnel under the ground. The mole is going to divert and take a right and pop up about 15 feet away from you. Sky's turn.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt and I'm gonna aim for his mouth.
Heard? Gotcha. Roll for attack.
Yeah, 9, 14.
14? Bet. 14 does hit. Go and roll that damage. 10? Gotcha. As it comes in and you see that this giant mole's face just turns and looks at you, mouth wide open. The firebolt gets stuck right in between its jaws and knocks it back a little bit as it just kind of explodes on impact. So Theraway, you just saw this light of fire magic come out of his Sky's hand and hit the mole right in the face. What are you doing?
I'm contemplating the world that we live in now. Because the old me would have looked at that as witchcraft and of the devil. But as I'm seeing that this newfound power is helping us defeat our enemies, I am just regard my gong for a moment.
Gently laying it down.
Laying it down.
In the grass. In the meadow.
And I look around and I see a shimmering light coming from a bush nearby. It's a longsword. I arm myself with the longsword. I run, I draw my sword.
Mid-run, just...
I reach down with my left hand, I hit the gong one time. Gong! And then I charge.
It was a little muffled because it's laying on the ground, but yeah.
And I charge. I'm yelling, I'm gonna get you out of there! And I like get up to right up and I jump with the long sword and I pierce its stomach, trying to cut my buddy out.
Heard. Roll for attack.
19.
Oh, nice. 19 does hit. You implant it into his stomach and you start going down in a vertical sense. Roll for that damage.
9.
Nice.
9 damage.
It screams out with just, yes, exactly. Perfect, but a little more squeaky. And as you come to the bottom of the stomach area where it gets close to the fupa, you see that the stomach has opened a little bit. It's still dark inside. You can't see very much. And we're going to move on to Mikael.
Mikael is going to follow the tunnel that the creature made, just, using his hands to guide his way.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And listening to the sounds of either digging or screaming to...
It's screaming.
All right.
Yeah, you get 20 feet down the tunnel and you look up and you see the light coming through. It seems like a very warm, heavy air. You're assuming that you've moved seasons. You come up and you just see the hulking stature of this mole that is in front of you, in front of the hole.
Get a small running start and use the javelin to pole vault myself up so I can take my axe and embed it in its skull as I'm coming down on it.
Give me an athletics check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20! Nat 20! We're whooping this mole's ass!
It was a 32 to pass. Sorry. Heard
Well,
you.
that brings it to a 26, so...
Not a 32. All right, so yeah, so
It's a nap.
Yeah. You pole vault with this javelin stuck firmly into the ground, and you come up and you're going to give me an attack roll.
Here comes the 19.
Oh!
19 will hit, yes sir. You land this battle axe into the back of the skull of this mole, and roll for that damage.
I guess not.
You're getting slashed up, making me use my last spell slot on you.
10.
Nice. So you hear this almost like low grumble that the mole makes after you slice its skull in half.
Holding on to the axe. I'm not just gonna.
Oh, 100%. You're on for the ride because it's falling forward. Mr. Theraway, you can try to dex out of the way.
18.
18, heard. You successfully and roll out of the way. Everything starts to get quiet and settle down. The mole's dead. I've already said that. Like, it's incapacitated.
He's a barbarian. He doesn't know.
Whatever.
I don't think he cares.
Give me a survival check to see if you can get all of the important parts off in a clean fashion.
I'd like to assist him in a. All right, listen. I've had some mole in my day. This is how you want to skin it. You're gonna take your knife and just make sure you get that armpit.
Do you think any of this advice is helpful?
Get under the armpit that we can just
Honestly.
slice down, rip the skin off, get to the good meat.
Honestly, do you think it's helpful?
I don't know. The barbarian he probably knows how to dismantle bodies. So.
Then you have inspiration. Go ahead and roll again.
13.
I heard that.
Makes sense.
Well, as you start cutting, you start getting little bits of the mole leather. You've got nice little 5, like 1 foot by 1 foot size areas.
Would there be anything, maybe medicine or perception to see if there's anything else worth harvesting off the mole?
You can, but as you begin to, you feel the ground shake underneath you. And boom, boom, boom. 3 other moles come out of the ground. They're about 30 feet to the left, 30 feet in the front, and 30 feet to the right.
Are they as big as this mole we already did?
They are just as big as the mole that you had. All 3 of them kind of look at the scenario, what's going on, and you can't tell what they're saying, but they're kind of like squeaking at each other. And you can tell that they're getting madder by the way that they're gesturing their arms and their movements and stuff.
Yeah.
They are going to be charging at you guys. 1 each is going to attack each of you. 16 hits. 11. Yeah, 20. All-sided D20, nat 20 on Mikael.
Wow, that's dirty.
Listeners, just know the look in his eyes when he picked up the heavy all-sided D20 and dropped it on his rolling board and put a finger in Mikael's face.
Oh my god.
Said nat 20.
The spite in that roll and in that look was just a straight fuck you.
Oh my god. Sky, you take 3 points of damage, and then
13.
you take 10 points of damage, Mikael.
I'm down. I had 2 health.
I know. It's okay.
No, it's not.
You're fine. So, that is going to be the mole's turn. All 3 of them. We're moving on to Sky.
So, magic missile. You create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. The darts all strike simultaneously, and you can direct them to hit 1 creature or several. And at higher levels, you can cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher. The spell creates 1 more dart for each slot level above 1st.
Heard.
So I am going to cast Magic Missile and aim each one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage dice then.
Alright, one of them takes 2. One of them takes 2. One of them takes 4.
Yeah, first.
Nice.
It kind of comes in and just kind of tucks underneath their armpit a little bit and just kind of, makes it a little warm and sweaty under there. One of your magic missiles actually hits dead on in the chest of the center mole man. He was the one in front of you, which is probably why you had the best aim. All right, going on to Theraway. Seeing what's happened in front of you and narrowly dodging the mole that's attacking you. that kind of made you think to take in your surroundings a little bit, and you notice there's a cat sleeping on the branch of a tree, and it seems to be peacefully sleeping. You see over in the winter side that there is a small couple of blue jays that are nestled in a nest around a couple eggs. In the spring, you see tons of turtles amassing at the turtle pond, enjoying the nice spring day. And then in fall, you just see a dude tripping over a rake and hitting himself in the face. This is what you see in your surroundings. Do with it what you will.
I'm gonna run over the cat.
It is going to be an opportunity of attack, unless you use your action to disengage.
Use my action to disengage.
You run over. It's about 10 feet in the air. And it's just sleeping on a branch. What would you like to do?
Can I climb the tree?
You can, yeah. You'll use all your movement to get up there right next to the cat.
I want to get next to the cat.
Give me a athletics check.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, no, you do it, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
All right, you get up there next to the cat. It's still just kind of sleeping. It kind of like turns over and arches it back over the branch. So it's getting a nice big stretch. Oh, yeah. It's a big stretch. Well, I mean, what do you want to do with it? Yeah.
I want to pick it up and throw it on the mole.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that had that thought.
I'd say you could throw it
Okay.
with your bonus. With the bonus action, yeah. Object interaction, definitely, yeah. Go for that. That's gonna be a just base dex, like basically range attack. Actually, you know what? Let's do animal handling for it. Animal handling for it, yeah.
Okay. Efficiency.
Ooh.
11.
Okay. I would say that's decent enough to get him over there. I don't think you're gonna like peg the mole in the face or anything, but you're definitely gonna have it hit its stomach or something.
Okay.
So you pick up this cat, and it's just like, it just starts getting pissed off. I feel like you're just kind of pulling its tail a little bit to piss it off even more.
Like a cat grenade.
And you just chunk this thing. It goes flying in the air, just doing somersaults, and it finally lands and latches into the mole itself. The mole is terrified and is going to proceed to run in fear if... Yeah, no, that was a fail. It was a nat one. Yeah, for sure. It's running away in fear. That is all for you, so we're going to move to Mikael.
You might want to include that at Big Bear Dungeons we don't include animal
Cruelty.
abuse, yes.
We do not condone animal cruelty here at Big Bear Dungeons.
Um,
However,
Pete, sponsor us, please. Anyways. So I need you to roll a death saving throw for me, Mr. Mikael.
Green die, don't fail me now. Yeah, it was a 6.
It's a fail. That's one fail.
how many did you get?
3.
3 fails.
And that one is 2 fails. Moving on to the moles. So, with this cat in play, it has terrified all the moles. They're running, scattering in every direction. And the cat has currently climbed up to the throat of the one mole that you threw it at and ripped its jugular out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've already rolled for it.
Oh my God.
You want to guess what it was?
20?
Yeah. It ripped its jugular out, and as it's proceeding to fall, the cat, almost with grace, jumps to the next mole, preparing for another attack. But yeah, they only have 5 feet of movement, so they're just slowly blumbering away. Sky, it's your turn.
I'm going to run over to Mikael. Mikael?
Mikael.
Yeah, I'm going to run over to Mikael and I guess tear off one of my sleeves and try to make like a tourniquet on his injury. Where's he?
Across the chest. He's got a big old gash.
So then, yeah, I'm shaking off both of my sleeves then and making a really big tourniquet and just like wrapping it around him.
Heard. Medicine check.
17.
As long as it's a 10 or higher, it's a success.
Heard that.
Heard that? Yeah, no, yeah, you're good. So you are saved.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay next to him.
Cool. You're gonna just stroke his hair and make sure he feels safe.
It'll all be okay.
Just maybe prep up a little bowl with your little magical thing.
Oh, I forget that I have that. Yeah, I'm taking my weed pipe and just sprinkle.
Mikael just curls into the fetal position because he's being stroked and just feels so safe right now.
Yeah, so for everyone who doesn't know, Sky has a special like cantrip that he can do, which basically just he like rubs his fingers together and like broken down weed just comes out. So he's loading up a pipe, which, by the way,
fits into my quarterstaff, kind of like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Because little fun fact, if you pause the movie and look real closely at his staff, his pipe is actually in his quarterstaff.
I always like to run the table with, if you're smoking weed and stuff like that, like you get health back.
Oh,
it's a D4 per gram.
If I wanted to do 2 grams, because it's a pretty good size bowl. If I wanted to do 2 grams, one for me, one for Mikael, would that be an action? Like, would I have to wait until my next turn to do that?
So, I think I said action earlier and I misspoke. The tourniquet thing, I would consider it a bonus action. So if you want to do this, this would be considered your full action.
Okay, then yes, I will pack a 2-gram bowl, and I will smoke a gram, and then I will offer it to Mikael.
He's unconscious. You're gonna have to shotgun it to his mouth.
You know what? Okay, yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand. No, you're good. Yeah, so go ahead and roll 2d4. One's gonna go to him, one's gonna go to you. And what's the stankiness level? You know, I'm gonna roll a d20 and see the stankiness level of this. The dankness.
Roll for dankness.
I've already used my one.
Yeah, you have. I forgot.
We both get 2 HP.
That's a 9 on the dank level, on the dankacity.
It's mid.
Yeah, it's a little bit below mid.
I don't know. I don't think you understand how disrespectful that is.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, talk to the dice, not me, dude. So I'm
damn, bro.
How I want to work this is if it's a 9, 10, or 11, no bonuses. If it's less than 9, then just like modifiers, it goes -1, -2, -3, because it's Reggie. It's gonna hurt. But if it's a 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, then it is additions to the health.
Heard that.
Does that sound good?
The spell is called Weed Hand. Instead of like Mage Hand, it's Weed Hand.
Weed Hand.
Because, you know,
Love it.
Heard.
Reduce greenery.
All right. What was the 2d4s?
it was 2 2s.
2 2s.
Power words.
So you both get 2 health. So as your eyes open up, Mikael, and the blurriness fades away, you see this man that's hitting a pipe, taking a big old rip off of it, and he's like getting prepared to come down and put it in your mouth again.
That's what you see when you finally come to, by the way. Mikael.
He's not coming to.
He's not coming to.
He's not coming to.
Moving on to the moles and the cats. So the cat is going to run up. Let me roll. Not as elegantly as the first one, but he's still going to bite out one of the eyeballs of the mole.
Cat,
and it swallows it up like spaghetti and meatballs. Like after that, it kind of gets its hand into the eye socket and just rips part of its skull off. This cat's not playing around. The other mole is still running. Yeah, he's still running. And that's the end of our turns. I really don't have much to do right now, to be honest. Theraway.
I'm in the tree.
You are.
I'm seeing the moles are running.
You're seeing that Mikael's getting French kissed by Sky with a cloud of fog around them.
I will climb out of the tree, and I'm just gonna go over to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all together. Hold my action.
Yeah. So if you need to do anything, you can. Yeah.
I'm just chilling.
Heard. Moving on to Mikael.
'Cause it seems like the moles are just running. So what a battle!
Mikael is going to get up, and I'm going to start raging.
Finally! Could have used that half damage a long time ago. I've always been raging cunt.
I had to savor the flavor for now. So start raging and start hauling ass with my axe already raised and just trying to use that momentum and my actual attack to just sink right into not just his skull, but right there in his fucking face.
To our podcast listeners, where is there in his fucking face? Cutting the forehead and bridge of the nose in half. That's what you're going for, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Go ahead and roll for attack.
21.
Nice. So with the 21, it does hit. Go ahead and roll for that damage.
8, 11, 19 plus 4, 23.
Nice. So you sink this in the middle of his face, and it kind of teeter-totters back a little bit, back and forth, and it's not completely done and dead. Are you still grabbing onto this thing, or have you let the axe go and you've touched the ground again?
Why would I let my axe go?
Heard. Give me a strength check to make sure you can hold on to it.
22.
Nice, that'll work. Moving on to the moles. So he's going to attack you, and the other one's going to attack the cat that is currently ripping his skull apart.
Bring it, bitch.
Does a 5 hit?
Well, actually, it does not.
The cat does not get hit either. The moles are done with their turn. They're just still kind of running aimlessly. It doesn't seem like there's any pattern or rhyme or reason. Moving on to Sky. Both are looking very damaged.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Firebolt
With the cat or with the Mikael?
with Mikael.
Heard.
So I don't want to accidentally hurt the cat. I'll hurt Mikael.
Heard.
I got 2 healths!
Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit. As long as you roll a 3, you kill him.
4.
Heard that? With your +5 modifier, that'll definitely be enough to kill him. Alright, so Firebolt comes in, sears the side of his head, and it kind of just knocks him over like a tree. And I can just tell Mikael is just yelling, "Timber!" as he's going down with the mole. Something like that. If you would like, we can just... The cat kills the other mole.
I want to harvest.
What kills her?
I want to harvest teeth. Nearest
You start picking up all the front teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make a xylophone out of it.
Oh, nice.
Mikael's gonna try and start patching himself up.
Heard, gotcha. Then the cat, yeah, that definitely hits. Yeah, so this cat single-handedly takes down this mole and just kind of starts eating at its arms and legs. Eventually, as you guys finish up with your little bit of resting and a little bit of getting parts for xylophones and musical instruments and stuff, you guys notice that the cat comes over and starts purring very loudly and just kind of like expecting like some pets because it did a good job type of mentality.
You know what? It did do a good job.
Animal handling, please.
13.
Nice, that is good enough. It starts slightly purring a little louder as you are rubbing your hand down its back and just giving it nice pets. You see that it has a collar on it, and when you take a closer inspection, the only thing on there is it says cat number 3. With the battle over, we are out of initiative. The doors fly open, and you see that it's Dr. Spellweaver, your best buddy that wants to be your best buddy. He comes in and goes, "My God, what happened here? Well, it seems like you guys handled yourself well out here. I saw you through the window briefly, and I was a little worried, so I came running in. But it seems like everything was taken care of pretty quickly.
Someone took their time running in.
Well, I had to go get help. And then, like, 7 brothers of Catch These Hands just come into the room, and they're, like, jogging right next to each other, and then they stop in a line and start jogging in place. And they just go, hey, hi, ho, kill all the moles. He, hi, ho, fuck
We killed them
mole.
all. You are too late. Suck cock.
Hey. And you lock eyes with the guy that beat your head in earlier, and he just puts 2 fingers to his eyes and rotates them over to you.
I'll look at
I
him.
take my 2 fingers and I just point them at my nuts. 1 finger for the left nut, 1 finger for the right nut.
I look at him and I say, guards of Catch These Hands, are you ready to deliver hands?
One in the center comes forward and goes, I honestly don't even know why we're here.
Oh, I know why you're here.
This is dumb. Why are we here for a bunch of rats?
You came here to kill these moles.
Rats.
And I gesture them towards the hole that's dug. Say, at least 6 of them escaped into this hole.
He looks down and goes, what hole?
The hole of the mole. Okay.
There is no hole.
There's no holes?
You look down, the holes have repaired themselves.
God damn. Never mind.
Dr. Spellweaver looks up and goes, oh, yeah, so this is like a self-cleaning room, it fixes all of its own problems and climates and stuff, so that...
Isn't that
Well, if there was a
Yeah.
dead body left here, what would happen to that body? If
it
there
would-
was a body left here.
It would be left here. Anything that's not organically made in that room for that season and stuff, yeah. That accounts for the animals too, though. We actually got the animals brought in. Yeah.
Even the giant moles?
No, those are new. We haven't had those. I look over the expense sheet pretty often, and we didn't order any moles. Yeah.
There's moles.
Well, if we're done here,
Who's talking to us this way?
this is going to be the head guy that was talking to you from
Catch
the
These Hands?
yes, head Catch These Hands.
I still love that name.
right?
He goes, if we're not needed here, then we're going to go someplace else because we don't want to be around all these... Ugh. Never mind. Troops, out! They turn around like a 180, and they start jogging in place, and they start jogging toward the exit. Dr. Spellweaver looks over and goes, guys, it looks like y'all might need to go rest up a little bit. Curfew's in 30 minutes, so it's about time to get back in your rooms because you're not going to be able to be out and about after curfew. We lock everything down. But I'll clean up here if y'all want to go ahead and go back to your rooms and just go ahead and take a rest.
Not even taking a second thought, Mikael is just like, I can go for a nap.
Just one people away.
Wonderful. Well, maybe this will help, Mikael.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
As you move your shoulder away from his hand, he is more insistent and comes over and tries to grab your shoulder again.
You know what? I don't know where those hands have been. I don't need that in my life.
At this point, if you want to keep dodging him, it's going to be a dex versus my dex.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, huh?
Fuck you!
A natural 20 always beats a dirty.
Yeah.
I do too. Anyways, he quickly grabs your shoulder, and you feel a warm sensation coming from his fingertips. And he goes, rest. And you don't fall asleep, but you feel like some magic enter you. And it's going to be...
Hey, as long as magic is the only thing entering me.
All my exes have had magic enter them.
So you're going to get 7 HP back because he's doing healing work.
Oh, okay.
Are y'all heading back to the room?
Yes, we can. I take the cat with me.
Yeah, 100%. Give me animal handling.
Will the cat let you?
Oh shit!
How did you roll that?
All-sided D20. Heard that. The cat just kind of scoops up into your arms and just turns into a pudding in your arms. It's just melting and it's just so happy. It's comfortable, it's safe, it's nice, it's purring very loudly. It's kind of talking to you as you're walking away. Just, meow.
Oh, dude, I thought you meant like actually having a conversation with me.
No.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, there's spells for that shit, but that'd be nuts. Anyways, you guys go back to your rooms, and as you shut the door behind you, you hear a satisfying click as the door locks behind you. You hear a siren start to go off down the hallway, and you hear an intercom system start up and go, "Hello, thank you for a wonderful day here at New Life. I want everyone to get a nice sleep and wake up early. Do not forget that the pills on your pillows are to be taken before you fall asleep, and preferably with water.
I'm trying to sleep, but you won't shut up.
If anyone's complaining, I cannot hear you. So please shut the fuck up and go to bed." This is not a pre-recorded message. I just know you fucks. So at this point, you guys do see the pills on your pillow and stuff like that. Are y'all taking the pills to go to bed? And this is the same dungeon rot pill that you had earlier. It's exactly the same. As y'all were told, morning and evening are the 2 times you take your pills. But it's always your choice if you want to take them or not.
So, do we know what happens if we don't take it?
The only thing that y'all know is that if you don't take it, then you are susceptible to dungeon rot.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it.
Okay.
Mikael is going to pull an all-nighter. He's not going to sleep at all. He's just going to kind of rest, take it easy, but making sure that he stays awake. And he's going to put the pill to the side, ready to conceal it at a moment's notice.
So you're not taking it?
No.
Okay, cool. As you guys lay down for the night, do y'all have any last words to your friends before you fall asleep? Or not fall asleep?
Now you are asleep. What's going on?
No, I'm making people think I'm asleep.
Deception check.
Where's the 20s? All right, there's a 20. Deception. All right. What's a 5?
Ain't no way asleep. Ain't no way you asleep, motherfucker.
Why are you over there faking snoring? Stop it. You're bothering me.
All right, I go night-night now.
And be sure to take your medicine.
I'm sitting cross-legged on my little bed, and you see me like doing weird things with moles' teeth. I'm sitting there and I got like my little hammer from my gong, and I'm like,
You seeing which one sounds like what?
Tune it a little bit.
Heard.
Put another one
Well,
on.
as this is happening, the siren cuts off, and you hear the last bit of words go. "Thank you for a wonderful day at New Life. I hope everyone has such a wonderful day tomorrow. Nighty night, and don't let those bed bugs bite."
My ass!
As you guys start to drift off to sleep, our barbarian is not resting. He's not taking a rest. You notice you're on the right side of the room. It's a bunk bed on each side, but you are the only one in the bottom bunk of that bed. Those two are in the bunk bed opposite the room.
Yeah.
You look over, and you see a small square underneath their bunk bed, that seems to start glowing.
Oh.
Almost like it's inviting you to come touch it. And to see where it goes. The next day dawns, and you hear the siren go off again. But instead of a greeting voice, you hear Dr. Spellweaver come across the comm and go, "Morning, everyone. If I could have Mr. Sky, Mr. Mikael, and Mr. Theraway, please all meet me in the games and rec room. We're gonna get breakfast after this, so don't worry, you don't need to get any of that, but I need you there promptly. It is very important, and you have your first city council meeting today, so I need all of you guys there. Okay? Thank you." Thank you for listening to another Big Bear Dungeons podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and we also hope that you share with your friends and family. Check out our social medias, and we'll see you next week.